Right, good evening everybody. Welcome to the stream. Good evening everybody. Pizza, Icarus, Mep, Mariano Tekken, Good to see you all as always. How am I doing? I'm doing awesome. How am I doing? I'm doing awesome. It's been a very busy day, but I'm ready to have some fun tonight and perform for all of you, and hopefully you guys are ready to have a little fun. So as usual, we'll get a little warm-up going, playing something that we've already played, get the blood flowing, feeling good, get the energy flowing. We'll chat a little bit, and then we'll get into the particular soundtracks that we picked out for tonight. Obviously, if you looked at the title, we are going to do the second half. That sort of conglomerate of Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. We're going to finish all the tracks that are left over in that, and then we're going to get into some other classic stuff as well. So hopefully everything sounds good, and you can hear me loud and clear. Hopefully everything sounds good. Let's do a little warming up. Okay, I figured it out. Thanks very much for pointing that out. We should be all good now, guys. Just a little oversight on my part. And yes, Mep is right. I do appreciate it. Guys, there's a lot of different things that get coordinated into putting this stream together. Between all the different volume changes and knobs, things that have to be set in OBS, things that have to be set on the sound card, things that have to be set on my mixer, and things that have to be set on my laptop. So you have at least 4 audio devices, and things have to get turned up and turned on throughout the stream generally. So that's going to happen. Until I can pay somebody to take care of it for me. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyways, let's get to the retro and the metal. Okay, we are sweating and warm. Oh geez, this tech is ingrained in my head. Oh, this track. Yeah. Well, that was just classic Castlevania, right? From our really first real speed run that we ever did on this stream. Is we worked on the first Castlevania, which I guess technically was sort of suggested by D Nice. And now we're working on Ninja Gaiden 2. So, which is cool. We made some nice progress. If anybody tuned into stream last night, we did have 2 PBs in Ninja Gaiden 2, knocking what was our previous best time down 8 seconds total. Yeah, we reached our Castlevania goal a couple months ago. Sub 12. Yeah, thanks, Pizza. Well, Pizza, we'll definitely, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people celebrating once you hit your goal of your sub 40. Okay, so we're going to start out kind of like we did last week. We did the full Sonic 3 soundtrack, and so now what we're going to do is the entire Sonic & Knuckles soundtrack. Now, what I did recognize is there's a little bit of crossover, meaning there are a few of the tracks from Sonic 3 that are also in the Sonic & Knuckles portion, but it's not many. It's maybe 3 or 4, and I mean, the way that I do these streams, I forget them. A lot of these songs, basically as soon as I perform them and this drum stream is over, I forget them anyway, so it's almost new to me anyways, and I'm sure you guys won't mind. And of course, this Sonic & Knuckles, like all the other Sonic games, at least 1, 2, and 3, has a medley at the end for the credits. So we'll make note of that, and hopefully we can nail that. Actually, I have a list of notes that I wrote for that. If I look at it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 14 changes that I made note of that happen in 3 minutes in that song. So hopefully, which I learned yesterday. So hopefully the 14 changes in that song stay ingrained in my head. Hey, Stellar. Welcome in, man. It's good to see ya. We are just about to get started on the Sonic & Knuckles soundtrack. So you may recognize a couple tracks from last week, but generally it's mostly new stuff, so. Let's see. All right, let's get rolling. I'll stop and check in on chat, see how everyone's doing. But for now, let's get rolling. Sonic & Knuckles OST. Hey, hey, just checking in. Hi, D-Nice, if I didn't say hi to you. Groovy, man. I use that one too much. Oh, Mep, that's a good one. That's a good one. Must be dancing in the kitchen time. I think my salmon is wiggling around. Well, make sure you kill it first before you eat it, be nice. Yes, it's like heavy carnival music. Yeah, it is. Just imagine riding the merry-go-round with this tune playing. It's a funky carnival. Hey, RD172. Just go exclamation point song request. And then you can see exactly how to request a song. It is indeed D-Nice. Speaking of Septic Flesh, I still gotta get the new record. I don't know when it comes out. The first 2 or 3 singles are really cool. So I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully everything sounds good on your guys' side. If it does, we will keep on rolling. What are we up to anyways? Okay. Yeah. Okay, we got a bunch more to go. No, RD. Put in the full thing like it says on the screen. So, exclamation point song request. Type out the whole entire words just as it appears on the screen. And then it will tell you exactly how to do it. Alright, I will check back in shortly. Let's keep on grooving and rocking and thrashing. What's up, Purple Saber? Welcome on in. For anybody that doesn't know, that was Shanta B. That is now the Purple Saber. Haldan, what's up, buddy? Good to see ya. Just a quick check-in. We're going to get back to a few more tunes. But good to see everybody. Just a real quick hydration and dry off the hands. Let me catch it here. I'll catch up with Chad a little bit. Let's do that. I'm working on health and fitness routine ideas made me think of caloric burn for drumming. Oh, we are burning a crap ton of calories, I promise. Your speed on those foot pedals, it's insane. Sheesh. Watching the foot cam, but can't keep up with your feet. Well, that's why I put it in there. I thought it would be fun. Those are double strokes on each foot. D-nice. It's pretty complicated to do if you're a beginner. Yeah, Mariano, I don't know if you've noticed. The last couple streams, I've been bringing back more singles. And I was just thinking, because my double strokes have gotten so strong, I wanted to just make sure that I don't lose my singles. So I'm doing a combination now. So you'll still see both. But initially I was doing for fast stuff mostly all double strokes. So yeah, so keep an eye on it. My Monday was great, had the day off. Oh, that's excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Thanks, Saber. Ooh, I like those emotes. Those are cool. Those are very good. All right. Let's get back at it. This soundtrack could use that cowbell. Well, I'm telling you. There's two things that, for sure, that have come up that we can get for this stream to enhance our Wednesdays. A third camera, and apparently a cowbell, because the cowbell has now been requested several times. But I would love to get a third camera that has a front view so you guys can see the entire kit from the front as well. So we could either have the scenes switch, or I could shrink this camera down and then set up and have 3 angles at all times. So there's always something fun to look at. Absolutely, if I got a cowbell though. Oh, let's make sure we don't. Alright, cool. Let's get back to it. Yes, I would need. I'd have to look into the mounting bracket for it. There's probably a bunch of different ways I could do it, and I'd have to figure out where I'm going to put it. I think I know where I would want to put it. Maybe right in this spot. I don't know. I'd have to experiment. It's a good question, though. All right, let's get right back into the tunes. Hey, Heart Kingdom, nice to see you. Welcome in. We're gonna start singing practice. Great. Well, good luck with your singing practice. We will be here for a while. Alright, let's check in. Hey, Pizzadriarts. Nice to see you. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing great. Oh, so it was... Yeah, so you're talking about there was specifically a couple tracks in there where you could hear audibly Michael Jackson. I mean, I don't know who the heck else that would be if it wasn't Michael Jackson. So, and I would think obviously they're not going to... You're not allowed to use Michael Jackson's voices in songs unless he obviously, there's an agreement in place to do so. Because there's always that question of did he help with the Sonic 3 soundtrack. So he's certainly in there. Oh, Pizzazriart's got Hydrate. Good. All right, good call. We can do that. Well, and I think I saw Dr. Nadmar in here earlier, too. I don't know if he's still around. All right, run after this one, dude. I will stay until the end of the song as per good karma. Have a good rest of the stream, man. Good sound and stuff. Thanks, Stellar. Much appreciated, dude. Keep on doing what you're doing, man. Okay, now let me check and see. See how close we're getting to the end of this. Alright, getting close. I'm really excited, always excited about the medleys, so once we get there, I'll take a short break and we'll introduce that. But for now, let's keep on rocking. Hope everyone's having a good time, and thanks again for supporting the stream. Okay, we made it. We are at the medley for this album. But I saw there was a good conversation going on. The sample voice for the Woo was actually one of the default samples that came on the Yamaha keyboard at the time. It's really interesting how that sample sounds very much like Michael Jackson and how they do music at that time. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Right, I'm sure it's, well, not sure, of course, but it could definitely be MJ inspired. I mean, he sure worked on music, but we don't know how much of the music ended up on the final version of the game. Yeah, we were having a conversation about it earlier. I've read a couple different articles. Developers say that since MJ wasn't in the same place, he sent voice recordings of him doing all the music with his voice. That sounds crazy. I heard he was involved, but I didn't know if it was a rumor. Yeah, and again, and I mentioned it to MEP, but what I heard, or I read an article that had supposedly people that knew former developers at Sega, and some said that he was very much involved with some of the compositional process. But then there came into question of actually using his music on the actual game and sort of the legal ramifications, and then you get different copyrights and royalties and all this kind of stuff that goes into it. So you never know. It could have been something that seemed like a really good idea at the time, and then once they got down to the all the details of how it would actually work out, they kind of had to go, well, we can't exactly use much of this or any of this, but I don't know. We'll probably never really know. It will be a mystery. Okay, I'm going to look over my notes here real quick. So this is the track that I wrote down. There's 14 different sections when I play it anyways. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, I gotta remember that. Okay, we'll see how it goes. If we don't get it right, we can always play it twice, right? Alright, let's give it a shot. This is the staff roll credits. There we have it. Pretty darn cool track, I have to say. It's like a boss rush. Exactly. And I'm just going to finish out the soundtrack. There's a couple more short tracks, and then we're going to move on. Right, and we are done. That concludes the Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles OST Epic stream. Okay, let's see. What did I miss? Yeah, the legality part is probably a problem with this kind of thing. The first two Sonic games already have a famous Japanese musician, so Sega paid royalties every time they use music from those games. And by the way, Mep, listening, so like that track near the end, and I was kind of honing in on the sounds that Pizzazz Rioch was saying was Casio. It was from a Casio sound. Those 100% are meant to sound like Michael Jackson. No, I mean, listening to that, no other, there's no other reason for it. So yes, even though it may be a Casio synth, it's trying to sound like Michael Jackson. Boss Hog! Alright guys, so let's keep on moving till we have time to get in our next soundtrack, because it's a long one. We should have just enough time, so I'm going to get rolling. We want to continue doing... I'm going to give my ears a break here. So ever since I was a kid, one of the franchises that I always loved was Mega Man. And so one of the things I wanted to do is work through most of if not all of the Mega Man games on stream. We did do Mega Man X last week, so we're going to go back to the NES, and we've done Mega Man 1 through 4, so today we are doing Mega Man 5. This was probably the soundtrack I was least familiar with out of the original 6, but man, it's pretty cool. There's definitely a lot of good ones here for drumming. So we're going to get right into it. This is the Mega Man 5 soundtrack for NES. Hey, man, Shovel, welcome on in. Awesome, man, Shovel with the resub. They've been subscribed for 3 months. Hey, dude, I appreciate the support. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Oh, geez, okay. And Man Shovel just cheered 500 bits for a song request. Okay. What is up, dude? Thank you so much. But yeah, we're having a good time today. We did our, Sonic and Knuckles soundtrack. We just finished that up and we're into some Mega Man 5. Hey, Purple Saber, thanks for the host. Much appreciated. And yeah, we will see you soon. All right, I just got to see real quick what this request is. Let me listen real quick. We can definitely do that, Man Shovel. So, I gotta ask you if you're cool with sitting around until we get to the end of Mega Man. We will definitely get to that Batman track. If you would like, we can do it right now. It is your call. That's a great song, though. And it's a crazy tempo, too. Alright, what I will do is I will keep playing on Mega Man 5. And then I will check back in a couple tracks. And you let me know when you'd like me to play it, either now or we will do it at the end of the stream. Thanks again, dude. Alright, I just caught you. Alright, we will definitely do it now. So this is the song that Man Shovel has requested. It is from the Batman NES soundtrack. So check it out. It's really fast. I just had to adjust the volume. I wanted to make sure it was loud enough since it's on a different window. We're good though. Alright, and there we have it. Love how you seamlessly gain control of that stick. Yeah, it happens. It's like you practice Batman for stream. Are you sure you didn't know that was going to be a song requested beforehand? Well, let's just say I am very familiar with that track. Hey, Man Shovel with another 8 bits. Thanks so much, dude. Much appreciated. Again, but never expected. Just you being here and hanging out is cool enough for me. Oh, she does. Well, cool. I mean, if you haven't noticed, you know, we love retro and metal and horror and saw blades and blood and all that kind of good stuff. So. Alright, well, thanks so much, Man Shovel, for that redemption. We are going to get back directly into Mega Man 5 and see how much of this we get through. We might actually, we'll see, because it's a pretty long soundtrack, so let's keep going. We'll check on in with everybody in chat as we go along. We love the old silent horror films, too extra creepy. Great job, Mr. Grind. Thanks, D-Nice. Alright, everyone, well, again, keep jamming out, sit back, relax, and here's some more of Mega Man 5. Hey, Tiber. Good to see ya. Yeah, so eye sweat is normally a brutal thing. That's why I always wear a bandana. Otherwise, forget about it. I'd never be able to do these. It's funny, I learned that a long time ago when I used to play on the road and perform, almost every night of the week. And you never know what kind of temperature and environment you're going to go into. So, and I will always have a fan. I mean, I have a fan now. I just have a metal fan back behind me that's blowing air upwards to keep my body temperature down a bit. But yeah, man, playing live, you never know. And I used to have times where, the sweat would burn my eyes. So I started wearing bandanas many, many years ago. Yep. And I definitely have noticed the last, let's say 2 drum streams, the humidity is up because it's warm around here. Well, and the sweaty hands, imagine, lead to, yeah, it does, yeah. So, I mean, you do everything you can, D-Nice, but just sometimes when you're playing like this, it's almost impossible to go 2 hours playing like this in a more humid environment and not drop sticks, but that's why we have sticks right here to grab. Or obviously if it just falls, I can pick it right up. And in most cases, I mean, you guys, it's funny because you guys get a real close, intimate look at what I'm doing. When I'm playing out on stage, most people can't see me anyways behind this massive kit. And so, if I drop a stick, what is it? It's for a second at the most before I grab another one. So nobody hears it. You guys get to see it, though. Unintentionally, of course, get that dehumidifier going. Yes, I will. Thus, the bucket of sticks, yeah. One time I played a gig in Miami after spending all day on the beach. It was 130 Fahrenheit in the venue. And not only the sweat, but the salt from the ocean were burning all of our eyes. Holy. That sounds extremely unpleasant, man shovel. Plus, you make it look all natural how you recover. D-Nice, it's very much like speed running, if that makes sense. Think of Ninja Gaiden 2, if you've been watching my Ninja Gaiden 2 speed runs. Right, I'm trying to do it exact every time, but there's so many little small things that I don't do exact, and I have to recover, instantly. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I would say throughout the run there are so many little recoveries that I'm making. It's very similar to I'm playing and I don't realize and a stick drops and it's just instinctual to grab another stick. I started even wearing those amphibian wet bandanas a few years ago. They're great. Huh. I never heard of those. But if you have a link or something, if you wouldn't mind whispering that or dropping it in chat, I would certainly just be curious to see what they're all about. Oh, we don't even have music going. Let's get some music going. How are we doing for time? All right, cool. All right, we're going to get a few more tracks in. Oh, you soak them in water. But the water doesn't, I assume the water doesn't drip on you. It just stays in there. Okay, interesting. Very good. All right, guys, let's do a few more Mega Man tracks. And then we're probably going to call it a day for this stream. Thanks again for everybody hanging out. Let's go. just want to say that track, which is the Napalm Man track in Mega Man 5, whoever wrote that, they wrote these transitions in between sort of like the verses. And the first transition is a bar of 6/4, followed by a bar of, wait, hold on, I wrote it down. It is, followed by a bar of 9/8, and then the other transition is a bar of 6/4, followed by a bar of 13/8. It's just funny, right, because I come from a very technical and progressive background, that it's always interesting to me to hear some of these old school songs and like all of a sudden they just throw in really crazy odd times or like weird changes that I have to listen to multiple times to understand it. Funny. Alright everyone, I think we are going to call it a stream. Right there. We're over the 2-hour mark. So we got a lot in. Let's see. Those are the kind I have. I'm sure there are several other brands. Oh, okay. Thank you, Tiber. I'm gonna check those out. Clever tune, yeah. Some of the writing is very interesting. Well, you like working with those odd times, right? It's more challenging. So, D-Nice, I love working with odd times. It's just when I'm learning something new, it's certainly more time consuming, right? So generally these songs, if they're in more of a 4/4 or 3/4 or 6/8 kind of feel throughout the whole song, then for the most part you can get the groove down and get the feel. And you can even, I've been listening to this stuff long enough and been composing music long enough, you can predict a lot of where the songs go and the dynamics and like the progression in the music and where it's going to go. But when I have to learn something, it makes it more challenging. However, I will say it's definitely satisfying when something is more complex, and for me, and when I learn it. I mean, I guess this is the story of my musical career. For some reason, I've always always loved complex music. But this has certainly given me an appreciation for so many other styles, and it's even, right? Obviously, you can tell I have a good time just on the grooves, right? Just grooving out on some of the songs where it's not complicated, and I'm not thinking about what's coming up next. This might be the most Latin sounding of the Mega Man soundtracks, for sure. Tiber, it definitely, 5 has its own sound to it. I'd be curious if it's a totally different sound team for Mega Man 5. Great stream as usual. Thanks, Mep. It's nice having you here. Mariano, always nice to see you. Thanks a lot. Good jamming. Thanks, Tiber. Good times. I'm glad I got to catch the Wednesday drum camp stream. Study up on Galaxy Force soundtrack. I'm going to request it next time. So if you would, Man Shovel, if you wouldn't mind, if you'd like me to really get in on that, if you'd like to whisper me the link for maybe 1 or 2 tracks on that soundtrack, and I will check them out and at least have sort of an idea, and then if you would like to request them next stream, I will be ready for them. Obviously, if not, I can just do it on the spot as best I can. But yeah, just an idea. So, all right, everybody, let's look and see who else is on. And by the way, tomorrow, if I do have a stream, it's probably going to be a bit earlier. So maybe, I don't know, maybe at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, something like that. And we'll do I don't know, a couple hours of, maybe we'll do what we did on Wednesday, or today's Wednesday, on Tuesday, because that worked out well. Play a little bit of Ninja Gaiden until we get a PB, assuming we get a PB, and then we can switch over and do some Lufia. Who are we gonna host? I think we're gonna host Thanks, D-Nice. I'm trying to remember who we hosted last. If we want to go to Stellar, Death, or Pizza Pizza. Anybody have a preference? Pizza Pizza is obviously playing Tetris. Stellar is playing a shooter called Biohazard Battle for the Genesis. Okay, D-Nice says pizza first. So we will have to do Stellar Death sometime soon. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again so much for hanging out. It was a blast. Thank you, Man Shovel, for the requests and the resub. And just everybody that participated in the stream. Honestly, it's a lot of fun for me, so I hope it's a lot of fun for you guys. So, as always, be honest, speak your truths, express your thoughts in a straightforward way. I am House of Grind, and this is the Retro and Metal live drum stream. We'll be back next Wednesday around the same time. Hope to see you all tomorrow for some more Ninja Gaiden and other fun. Let's get this raid started. Alright, everyone, we know Pizza, so give them some hype. Even if you're not going to stick around, drop some emotes and say what's up. Take care. Have a great evening.